Today we're wrapping up the last of our three-part series on how to help kids with anxiety during the holiday season. The last way I'll mention to help kids with anxiety during the holiday season is firm limits. Kids calm down when they know that you're in charge, and when they know especially that you're there for them. Now that doesn't mean being angry or bossy or pushy, it just means being firm. For example, when I was working in an emergency shelter, we had a young boy, and I'll just call him Buddy, and Buddy was incredibly an anxious child, and every day when he got home from school, he started having a fit because he started to get really anxious about having to do homework. He said, I was at school all day and then I had to come home and do homework. He was just ready to relax. He had held it together all day long and he was just worried he was going to get in trouble that afternoon. And when he got anxious, his functioning went way down. He got feral. He would get on the floor on his back and all he could do was push himself around with his feet on his back and grunt and growl like an animal. And it wasn't uncommon for him to throw over all the big heavy furniture in his room, to put massive holes in the sheetrocks in the walls, to try to break his head through a window. And so it wasn't uncommon during that time when he was that worked up that I would have to put hands on him to keep him safe so that he wouldn't throw his head through a window. So if there was ever a threat where I'd have to put hands on him, then I would call Chris from across the street, he was a house father there, to come and be a part of the thing so we could keep him as safe as we possibly could. And one day, sure enough, Andrew was getting worked up after school, and he'd already thrown over a bunch of furniture in his room, and so I come and I was standing in the doorway just looking at him, and he looked at me and he goes, well, what, you're going to have to call Mr. Chris? And I said, buddy, I will call Chris, I will call the Marines, the Navy, the National Guard, and the Army, I'll call whoever it takes to keep you safe. And the look on his face just switched from anger to like, really? You would do that? And he just calmed right down, and the workup and the anxiety was completely gone, because he knew I was going to keep him safe. So remember, your kids need you when they're anxious to help fix that stirring that's going on down inside of them and see if we can help them calm them down so that you and they can have a great Christmas. We'll see you the next time on Potty Break. Until then, don't forget to flush and wash your hands.